Hello. Hello, hi, it is me, it is I, small town Didi or Khadi on the every internet akastraha and back hello yella. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Why do I forget to say that? Please subscribe, guys. Please like the videos. Please share the videos. Okay? Also, if there's like a little snippet that you think would make a good short, just tell me, timestamp it and say, Khadi, this would make a good short, right? I am considering going faceless on my work account again so that I can put my face back up on TikTok. I'm strongly considering that. Strongly. But we will see about that. La Roma. And sometimes get Romea, guys. One of you is like, listen, Mbali Skosana is trending again. I saw it, but by the time let me try to just give us on what's happening. She's a cook primarily on TikTok. Let me say that, right? She blew up on TikTok and she does these cooking videos, and her whole thing was I did a video on her breaking down a while ago. I wasn't aware her and that man had not been married that long. I think his name is Lebo or something. I forget. But I tried to follow the story. I heard what was being said, but it sounds like there was a video. This is months ago now. It was looking like Mbali's on her healing journey, like she's, getting her careers on track in terms of the influencer stuff. Why does it go dark? No, it's too light. I don't know, baby. But it was looking like, things are on track from Bali. And then Jiggy Jiggy, there's a video trending, and that's the video I haven't seen because I think it got taken down. But she explains in another video as to what happened, and this is what Mbali says happened. Mbali says that same man that humiliated her, that she was crying about, snorting all on Hira Khadi's internet, that same one came back to her saying he's trying to get back cool and he's trying to fix things between them. And he did this, and then the immediate thing was, oh, let me labor. you hoes, I can't do it. Then she washed his laundry. I have a person in my life who's done this. Why is it the laundry? You guys not don't do laundry. Like, laundry is the one thing that I'm just like, no, laundry upsets me. It is a deeply upsetting thing to me. And because I don't do laundry, I'll wear the same article of clothing until I'm like, okay, that really has to go into the laundry basket. I find it to be such a strenuous activity that I even feel bad for the person who's to wash my laundry. So I make sure not to have too much of it. Like, it's a whole thing with me and laundry. But the moment he says, I want to get back with you, she decides to wash his clothes. But when we say you're getting labor out of the deal, like, that's the thing that you're getting. You're getting to labor. You get to labor for this ungrateful being. That's the deal of me and Wham. You guys act like we are okay, girl. We see you there. You are wow, washing and stuff. What had? And then she said he had said to her if I can find the videos are too long, guys. If after I summarize all of this, I can get some snippets to put together so you guys can hear in their own voices, great. If not, let's run with what I just said, okay? But then she says he invited her over to his place and she was taking back the laundry. And she gets to this place and she finds that there's a woman there. And it's sounding like she's the one who attacked this woman and this woman was defending herself, right? But this was not at her place. This was at the guy's place because he's now moved out. And he says he doesn't live at that place with this person. He lives, she visits. And also it sounds like this is a different person to the person he's seeing now. I'm like, Yo, my brain hurts, right? I don't understand why this would still be, a coveted individual that the girls are just fawning over and beside themselves and just want to be with so freaking bad. But, I don't understand a lot of things like that. But This is what's being said. We learn here, or other people have known all along. Why does this happen?
When that woman, apartment yabo, when he called me, I said, I'm here for this look at Sizinto. I'm washing the following day. I said, but the woman is there. He allowed me to get into the house. It got physical. That woman almost killed me. And my husband witnessed that thing. I kept on saying, sorry. Yeah, police. He was there. Good background.
First of all, ke kopane le ex ana le mathata. Yes, ne ke dula kwa hae. Then a njwetsa mathata a rona le mathata is going through counseling. Then I said to her, okay, sharp, I will support you. Ke itshebeletsa. Ke ketsetsa tjhelete ka every day. Ke sebetsa batho. A ke skeme batho, ke sebetsa batho. People will come with good results. A ke ngaka fake nna. I know you will say, yeah, ke ngaka jwang. I'm not a ngaka fake. I'm helping people. People will ba ka bua ka nna.
Yo, I'm having to do this take I don't know how many times because the lag is so terrible. And if it lags again, but this time the sound was also just, I need a new microphone. Drop it in the comments if there's an affordable microphone. Affordable. Don't drop things in the comments that I don't want to. Something that's like phone and camera compatible. Okay. That's not going to give us these sound problems that we're experiencing with this little starter mic that we got when we were starting. But anyway, let's get back into it. Let me see if I can capture the same thoughts and ideas that I did in the clip that I have to throw away. Okay. But anyway, we learn after all of this. Maybe some of you already knew. I didn't know. Lebo Mbali, meanwhile. The husband, his name is Lebo, is said to be a traditional healer. And I've spotted a pattern here where Lebo's Kitaga is a foreplay place. Therefore, a play place. And this will teach us, because here's the thing, this has already happened. Hana anning an about Mbali so dance and Mbali so this great. But you guys know sometimes I just want us to like take our lessons, look at certain things so we can avoid those pitfalls if we can. Because sometimes you just gotta go through the fire yourself, baby. Okay, and sometimes you can learn from the others. We don't sought counsel, spiritual counsel, and advice from men. Men don't have gifts, and the few that get to have a little bit deposited in them often use it for ill gain, and they often use it to manipulate women. How is it that there's a pattern here forming with Lebo where it's like, it's kitaga tumbedeni, like the Ndumba. I know that's the popular word that people use. Okay, so you enter his little hut for consultation, and for some reason, and this is actually behavior that we can pick up in a lot of spiritual places. Hey, you people calling your pastors Papa, right? We just had that Zondo case where he was said to be innocent, whatever happened there. We had that documentary that came out about TB Joshua there where we learned what we learned. Men love to abuse their positions, and especially their spiritual positions, because those are even more disarming than, say, your boss in corporate, right? That power dynamic will allow that person to still take advantage of you. But when you add the spiritual element of it, and when they find you in a fragile state in the mind, as is the case here, you are in danger, girl. You're in danger, girl. Because how are we already, from the time he's broken up with Mbali, he was with another woman. That's the woman that was in the mix with them, and he was trying to do a whole tembu thing with them. That's how this fight happened, right? It said that she was taking back the laundry that she's washed. Mind you, it's like, like, you don't even know, like, these are the clothes he was wearing while he was actively cheating on you, essentially, because you're still married and you're washing them. Why is the new girl not washing the clothes? But anyway, you're constantly audition. You want to prove yourself. It's the cooking, it's the laundry, and I'm a good woman. Choose me, pick me, all of that stuff that we do. But men are dangerous in leadership positions. And they're even more dangerous in spiritual leadership positions, because when they enter these spaces where they're supposed to be sort of the exemplar, if you would like, there is no real expectation of them to be that, right? To walk as narrow a path as they possibly can. Because even when they're in those positions, they walk into those positions with their manliness or their manhood intact, meaning the excuses that are baked into manhood still exist, in that they are allowed to operate purely in the flesh while saying that they are men of the cloth or men of spirit. They can do that. They get to do that. And then it's you fucking Jezebel. You're the one that stepped on here and tempted this man, right? We had a situation, one of my homegirls, one of my really good homegirls, one of her homegirls who I'm used to. There was this trend, moraye. You know what? The girls needing hobbies is such a difficult thing to get into, like I mentioned, because somebody said, one of the comments is like that and third spaces. And I realized that, oh, those are fast disappearing. They damn near gone. In fact, if you want to do any kind of activity, capitalism dictates that do you deserve it? And that can you afford it? You know, so it's very, I listened to that video now and I'm like, how do we introduce these ideas to the girls? Because the girls have a lot of time over men. And I don't think this is just a thing that's going on in my ghetto. Mbali came out of a situation with whatever partner she was with at the time, very fragile in the mind, right? And then she seeks counsel from a man. That's another thing where I'm like, careful the deities that the pronouns you assign them. And I'm not the only one saying this, because this is very much connected to how women receive men in leadership positions, especially spiritual leadership positions, right? You look at them as like a deputy god. There is this, guys, if I find that clip, I'll put it here. But this old woman, I've seen her and other things talking about home births and cultural, how we used to birth at home and the practices around that. But the clip I saw of her yesterday was her talking about how you don't address your husband like this, you address him as this because he is God, right? As he stands before you, he's representing of God. You can even see in his face, he's got facial hair. Those things are disarming and disempowering. Those are the things that put you, when you take on those Abrahamic faiths, and it's not even just that, because these exist in cultural spaces as well. This man is a traditional healer, meaning he's into African practice spirituality, right? But I see it everywhere. Those are the things that when you walk into a room, when you have that type of thinking, you're primed for, it's not your fault, by the way, but you're primed for that person to take advantage of you because you've now assigned them that position. Since we like, hierarchical things so much, you've now assigned him the position where he's here. It gets hard to question somebody's behavior and how they're showing up when they're here. It's bad practice, in that this is equivalent to seeing your therapist learning about your struggles, your insecurities, and then you end up in your therapist's bed. I mean, they have laws against this stuff. So I don't know how we think it's acceptable for a man to do this. In my ghetto, I was getting away from this right now, but my homegirl's mate, right? She and girls from her section were going through this thing where it's not even going through it because they're still going through it. They jump from ngaga to ngaga to ngaga, like the ngaga dia tender, and it's all about men, right? Like wakona yola, like udokose someone now, like gimuise DJ BVD, yamnaga, nebeja kajola. They have so much time because they don't have hobbies. They have so much time to run around from this person to that person, tungagaye, anything but just break up with the guy. Anything but that. Because what do you mean I must go without a man? That's silly, right? But they do all of that. There was one particular young naga, little boy really, right, who was taking advantage of these girls. He was saying to them, oh, your new man is not staying because that last one left things in you. I must extract them from you. And the way for me to do that is I must penetrate you, right? I need to sleep with you to extract this thing from you so that there isn't all of this friction in your relationship, and the relationship is so important, right? Baby, many a bitch done got pregnant by that little nigga. I don't know what to tell you. I do not. You need to be careful about how much you offer up to these people. I mean, I even have I had to see a guy recently for whatever. But I was a bit like, oh, it's a man. And not that I'm thinking, oh my God, a man is gonna look at my little pussy or whatever. No, it's not even about that. It was just like I just don't trust them. Like truly. And like there's precedent for it. Like I'm not crazy. And I'm okay with like existing in the world with that distrust because they show up in the world in such a way that we shouldn't trust them. Do you understand? So this thing out ke moruti, ke this, ke that. You guys, children get touched by these people. Do you understand? Just like tacking on all kind of positive things onto a man and assigning him all kind of goodness and he wouldn't do this because he's that and trusting him with your most sacred moments, your vulnerabilities and things like that. You must be wary of those things when it's a man. That said, right, in terms of like not believing that men really honor their gifts or even have them, because really, men have terrible hearing, but somehow they all manage to hear from God. They don't understand anything. You could explain something to you, blue in the face, they just act like but they understand the messages that this is the one thing that they get. Okay. When it comes to us, we really need to like let go. Let go. It doesn't. And why are you guys so okay with the humiliation rituals? Riddle me the fuck that. Why this man did what he did to you and you were behind the scenes still trying to get back cool with him, washing up his. So we were gonna see you however many months down the line saying the devil tried to break us up, my husband's back, and then we're supposed to act like it. Why are you guys so desperate for these partnerships? If you're operating from that place of desperation, there's no way you're going to get a good quality one. It's been proven time and time and time again. The girls that get the good quality ones are the girls who walked away from the frogs. When I the first told you, see, you're like, that is mine. That is my little frog. I'm keeping it. I'm holding it. I'm French kissing it. This is mine. And you just hold on and they'll embarrass you. They'll try to get away from you. All types of things. And all try to let you. Mbali, why? Ask the Mbalis of the world why. Why? Why are we like that? We gotta let go, you guys. Because honestly, it ends anyway. I think that's the other thing that like bugs me where I'm like, you hold on, it ends anyway because it's already over. By the time you're having to do all of this, oh, you don't have it anymore. You're grabbing it air, bitch. Like once you have to start fighting other women and that you are the other woman. Once you're finding yourself in that position, it's been done. It's dead a while ago. Let it go. Let him go. I mean, now here you are, 5 to catching a case over a man who doesn't give a shit about you. And then there's some of you in the comments still talking about, oh, that's still her husband. He should have protected her. I'm sorry. Has he done anything up until this point that indicates that he gives a shit about Mbali? It's like you can't divorce yourselves from the ideas of like what they said it is and what it is not the same thing. Yes, they keep saying out of their mouths, your husband is your provider, protector. Did this man protect her mental health when he did what he did to her? Did he protect her physical health when he invited a third party into their relationship and essentially their bed? Do you protect her health that way? Like, in what ways has this man demonstrated the need to want to protect her that would lead you to still comment things like, oh, but he should have stopped that fight. She should not have been there. And fine, he invited her. Let me concede that, right? She went over there because she thought they were going to fix things. Great. But once you get there and you see the fuckery that is taking place, why are you still? And guys, I get it. We're deep in our feelings, but you guys, Dr. Maweni, whatever her name is, that she was in the docks. She was in the docks over some shit, some violent shit she allegedly did over a man. That man is not gonna go to jail with her. You put your freedom on the line and risk fucking up like the state of your children's lives, because if you're removed from it violently, so because you caught a case now, what is supposed to happen? What is supposed to happen? Because that is, you don't live there. You're already in the wrong just from that. Oh, guys, vanilla barat. I wish you guys loved yourselves the same way. I do. I wish. Let's work on our discernment. Definitely work on our discernment around that spirituality shit, because that shit has us fucked up for real. But anyway, that's all I had to say on the Mbali stuff. Nangas consult and if I do, I'll be squinting the whole time, like. And the moment I get out of Tagakel, I'm like, Unomaga. I could have had a dream about it. The exact same thing he said. I'd be like, I need a second opinion from somebody with some titties. That's me. That is just me. Men are just, no, guys, bakotagele though, like for us to trust them like that with our spirituality. Okay, consultant. Bye.